Holy sh. What? I'm damn near speechless. We just got a Marvel fighting game developed by Arc System Works revealed at the Sony State of Play. I can't even speak. Unfortunately for y'all and for me, I was not live streaming during this event. I was not recording myself, so I don't have my initial reaction, but we're gonna go back and like watch through this trailer because there's a bunch of stuff I'm sure that I missed. I've only watched the trailer once when they showed it initially. I want to go back and watch it. Also, in all the chaos and the pandemonium and the hype, I didn't even really see or hear anything that they were talking about in like the next part. So we about to dive into all of that. But first, a word from our sponsor. Today's video is sponsored by Sega and SYS. You know, anytime Sega and SYS drops some heat, your boy gotta be in the mix. And today I'm here to talk to you guys about Raiden Remastered, the mystery of the Soulless Army. It's the newest remaster of the original game Devil Summoner Raiden Kuzunoha versus the Soulless Army. The original came out way back in like 2006 and was only available for the PS2, and I actually never managed to get a chance to play that for myself. But if you're anything like me and you missed it back then, you'll now be able to play the game and see all the new changes that they made for a smoother gameplay experience. It's got new revamped HD visuals that you'll be able to enjoy with the new overhauled battle system and full voiceovers, the new UI. You can move the camera around during the battles and access objectives easily, and it's, I ain't gonna lie, it's looking pretty good. I know you see it, I see it, I know you see the way I see it, you feel me? The revamped visuals are incredible to see and have a new, fresh, modern look, and as you progress through the storyline, you'll be able to hear all the characters' voices. They have added lines for the entire cast. Environments all across the storyline have been expanded in full 3D, and they look, honestly, just better than ever. The new quality of life changes that they made have made the gameplay much smoother and more enjoyable. Brand new UI is more intuitive. The detective journal allows for you to look through it if you ever need a tutorial refresher. And the biggest change is that there's now a quick save option, which apparently wasn't there in the previous entry, or I guess the previous version of the game. The overhauled battle system allows for players to summon up to 2 demons at once, and players also now have access to a full 360-degree free camera. That, combined with more special skills, allows for more gameplay variety than ever before. Raiden also has the ability to jump, and you'll be able to recruit 120 different demons who all have smarter AI to help you in battle. You'll be able to investigate the main storyline with them and new side quests. Raiden Remastered, The Mystery of the Soulless Army, comes out June 19th, 2025. Be sure to click the link in the description and get your copy today. Thank you to Sega and SYS for sponsoring this video. Alright, so I cannot believe this, bro. You know, we had the Sony State of Play today. The Nintendo Switch 2 is dropping tonight / tomorrow. I'll be going to Best Buy tonight to go ahead and pick up one of the ones that I got, which, by the way, if you want a free Nintendo Switch 2, I'll be doing a giveaway on my Twitch stream. You know what I'm saying? Pull up to the streams one of these days. Anyway, between the State of Play and Summer Games Fest, I was really hoping Arc System Works would reveal their next big title, and I never thought it would be DBFZ 2. Naruto Fighters was a pipe dream, but like, okay, I want you, like, so like, when I saw this, I was like, what the hell is this, right? And then Arc System Works, I'm like, oh shit, I immediately, I'm like, oh wait, Arc, because I'm like, that's not Guilty Gear, that's not DBFZ, but then you see the hand, so I'm like, what could this possibly be? But I see Arc System Works, I'm immediately excited, right? We gonna let it play through all the way. And then I see Captain America Shield, and I'm like, is Arc just making a Marvel game? And I'm like, is this Marvel versus Capcom? But Arc, I'm like, like what's going on here, you know? And well, let's do this, Johnny. Now the gloves come off. My goodness, dog. Captain America versus Iron Man, and it looks gorgeous. It looks very DBFZ-esque in a lot of ways. Wow. I can't. And you got Spider-Man coming through looking clean. What do you see the weave, boy? You see the weave, boy? I didn't even know like how to act. I didn't know what the thing was. That a wall break we just saw? Like, dog, like where do we even begin with this, man? Star-Lord coming through clean with it. This game looks gorgeous. It looks incredible. Stage transitions, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh my goodness, dog. What do you got, dog, coming through with it? Looking smooth. Here's the thing, right? If you would have asked me what my dream fighting game is, or like even just like what's the next big thing I want Arc Sys to do, I wouldn't have said Marvel. I wouldn't even have thought Marvel was like a possibility or an option. It's Storm, baby. God damn. Woo! Oh, you see the wait a minute, I didn't even see. And then this 4v4. I'm like, so wait, I still don't really know for sure. We're gonna figure this out. Like the game is just 4v4, or or they have a 4v4 mode? Because 4v4 sounds insane, super chaotic, like super over the top, you know what I'm saying? And I just like, because 3v3 is already a lot to keep track of and for a lot of people to follow and everything, right? Like I know a lot of people who couldn't get into games like DBFZ because learning 3 characters and then like dealing with up to 6 characters on screen at once, it's just too much, right? It's just overwhelming. But dog, like I can't, oh man, I really wish I was recording my live reaction for this. I'm so sorry that I wasn't. Coming 2026, Marvel Tokon Fighting Souls. We not on Marvel Rivals, we on Fighting Souls. I don't play Marvel Rivals. I made a tweet about it, and like I see people is getting in my comments and my replies and my quotes and whatnot, and you get the rewind. And when this happened, I'm like, is it a crossover? Like, is it gonna be like versus Capcom still somehow? It's like versus ArcSys? Is it gonna be like a, you know what I'm saying? And I didn't know where they were going with this, and that's not where it was going. But I do want to watch this and actually pay attention to listen to it because I didn't properly get a chance to when it was live. But I do want to go back and just watch the trailer through a little bit more and then just kind of pause and look at some things here and there and whatnot, because it's just, again, that was only my second time through really watching it, and I still went like 100% locked in because I'm hyped and I'm excited, my adrenaline's pumping, I'm talking to y'all and everything. So yeah, man, I can't sit here. I'm not trying to be a fraud, okay? I'm not gonna sit here and act like I'm the biggest Marvel head ever, because I'm not. I ain't even seen most of the Marvel movies, but I'm a huge fan of Arc System Works fighting games. And you know, even though some of those games ain't exactly go down the most agreeable path, you know what I'm saying, they still have created some of the most fun fighting games that I've ever played. And so I'm pretty sure I've said before that like anything that they make, I'm probably willing to give a chance. And I mean, this looks absolutely incredible. And don't get it twisted, I got my fair share. Matter of fact, right now, let me know, what is your 4v4 squad looking like in fighting in Marvel Tokon Fighting Souls, okay? Or at least what would be the 4 characters you would want to play? And let's just open it up to, I mean, obviously we only know so many characters in it so far, but if you could have any team of 4 who you rocking with, for me, with my limited Marvel knowledge, Gambit gotta be on the squad. Really hope Gambit's in the game. I think he's super dope. Gotta have some X-Men in there, so maybe like Cyclops or Wolverine. So I'm gonna say like Gambit, Cyclops. Wolverine probably gonna be like a dumb popular pick, you know what I mean? So, and I know my homie Omega gonna be all over Wolverine, so I may or may not pick him because I just be doing shit like this. We gonna say Cyclops. Storm looks gorgeous, you know what I'm saying? So I want her on the squad, and then I gotta have like maybe like Deadpool or like Daredevil. Would be really sick. That's kind of like how I'm feeling right now, like off the rip. But you know, you could talk all you want about characters that you want to play. Obviously, the play style is gonna factor in a lot. But yeah, no, this cool, man. I can't believe it. But Gambit would probably be like my #1 pick for a character I want to see in this game and that I would want to play. Let's go ahead and take a closer look. Any Easter eggs? Any like hints to anything else going on here in the background? Also, yeah, this like the knock-up thing. So, hold on, he gets it. Oh, that was just straight up like a 2H basically. You know what I'm saying? And whereas that probably is going to be like an anti-air that's an automatic follow-up, similar to like 2H into super dash, and then a knockdown. I was able to continue the combo. Tags in, so active tag. It looks like. And it said crossover. So wait, hold on. Let me run it back. Not that kind of crossover, but. Is that their guard cancel mechanic? Yeah, that looks like some sort of guard cancel mechanic of sorts. I wonder if that's a universal mechanic or if that's like a unique thing to Spider-Man with his spider sense or what. Yeah, because if you look closely, you see like his spider sense, like little symbol thing like go off. That might be like a unique, you see the squigglies or whatever, that might be something that's unique to him. Maybe like a counter or something. That's probably like a counter special that he has. And then yeah, that was a wall break. Was that just a straight? This is a game. Well, I don't know. We'll see. Here comes Star-Lord with it. This is gorgeous, man. Oh my god, this game looks so sick. I have to wait till next year, bro. It's only June. You tell me 2026? That could be September 2026. But What I will say is that this looks like it's already pretty far along in development. I mean, we're seeing a lot from this, you know what I'm saying? So, and the game looks like it's near completion, I would think, and I would imagine. So hopefully it's earlier in 2026 than later. Oh yeah, so you see this, hold on, if you go back, hold on. Remember I mentioned Daredevil, that says Nelson and Murdoch. And it looked like you see Playboy in the window back there. I need you to go ahead and get down here on the battlefield pronto, my boy. You know what I'm saying? I bet Daredevil would be sick in this game. Oh, is that a command grab or like, hold on, let me go back. They got the for the anti-air? Damn, this is gonna be crazy. So that was 3 characters. And then, yo, the way he like phased through him? Yo, son. Yeah, I saw this and I was like, is this gonna be like, yo, is Marvel Capcom just dead now? Like, and Storm looks incredible. Like this design is just absolutely gorgeous, and she thicky with it. You see them legs. And then 4v4 team battles. I don't know how I feel about 4v4. That sounds like really chaotic and like it's just gonna be a lot and overwhelming for a lot of people. But I'm here to give it a shot. Now I do wonder how they're gonna do that and manage it. Manage things when it comes to like your assists, because typically you would have one button per assist, right? Like in DBFZ, you have L1, L2 for your first and second assist. It's a 3v3 game. But in this game, what they could do is that where the assist button is just a singular button and then it's tied to like a direction or an extra input. So it's like up assist is assist 1, back assist is assist 2, and then down assist is assist 3 or something along those lines. I don't know. We obviously have no clue, but I'm just brainstorming right now. So yeah, that just looks like a lot. There's just so much happening on screen right here. I would imagine that it's not going to be, it's at least at a competent to like high level, right? You're not going to see this many characters on screen all at the same time constantly, but you're definitely going to have times where it's 4 or 5 characters on screen at once. Yeah, and then what is this? Like you're comboing into each other and like, is this like a universal mechanic thing that you can do with like your assist with a bomb? Maybe like a finisher of some sorts. Speaking of finishers, these must be like sneak peeks at like their supers. Sheesh! Incredible, absolutely incredible, man. Oh my god, I can't wait, bro. I've been like thirsting for like a new tag fighter, and Arxis has obviously created my favorite one of all time with Dragon Ball FighterZ, and this is the spiritual successor to DBFZ, man. And this is crazy to see, like Arxis going from like such a small studio with, you know, like BlazBlue and Guilty Gear and stuff, and then like having this meteoric rise. And you know, it's funny, and I don't want to give, well, nah, I'm gonna say it for real. I've seen people accredit like Arxis's like popularity and like, you know, certain things in the FGC, and like a lot. I've seen a lot of credit be given to Guilty Gear Strive for a lot of things in the FGC and Arxis, and I think that comes from a lot of people who probably, let's not even make that assumption. But I mean, if you ask me, Strive isn't what it is without Dragon Ball FighterZ. I think Dragon Ball FighterZ is obviously significantly more responsible for this incredible rise and putting Arxis a lot more on the map. And don't get me wrong, they've been making incredible fighting games for decades. You know what I'm saying? There was a Arxis in works long before there was Dragon Ball FighterZ. But like for Xer to sell like 500,000 copies, I think, or somewhere around there, and then for DBFZ to sell 10 million, really big difference. And DBFZ is still miles bigger and has sold like 3 or 4 times the amount of copies that Strive has. Although Strive is very successful, Guilty Gear Strive has gone on to become their most successful Guilty Gear game ever by far, with like, I think it's up to like 3-4 million copies at this point. But that's still, like I said, DBFZ is over 10. So yeah, you know what I mean? And now they're working with Marvel. Like this is, you love to see it, honestly, and things kind of like make sense when you think about it. And like this, I know this has been a project they've probably been working on since Guilty Gear Strive, and then, you know, Sony is like owns Evo and stuff now, and there's a sponsor, and that's why you see Sony monitors and everything be running on PS5s. And then like, You know what I'm saying? Like, they also revealed like a PlayStation official like fight stick at this event, and like it's all, I see it all coming together. But coming 2026, I knew it wasn't going to be the case. I knew it wasn't going to be the case, but I was hoping and praying with all my heart there was going to be a release date that showed up at the end of this trailer. And obviously that was not the case, but hey, sometime next year, man, we in there like swimwear. Coming to PS5 and PC, and yeah, it's going to be not, I guess, PlayStation exclusive, but it's not going to be a title that's on Xbox, so, or at least not at launch. Or maybe it will be. They obviously just didn't say that because this is a PlayStation event. I don't know. It'll probably be on all platforms, that realistically, but who knows? I don't know. Like, cause it's, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh man. And then you get this whole rewind thing. So I actually want to do pay attention to this because I didn't actually get to see it. And actually, let me move my camera. I mean, you guys have probably already seen it, but I'm gonna move my camera out of the way of the subtitles, so that I'm not blocking it. Up here is fine, I guess. Yeah, I didn't know where they were going with this. I was very confused, like in real time, and I just thought, I don't know what I thought. I'll start when a friend from PlayStation suddenly messaged, "Hey, want to grab drinks?" I guess I don't have to read this out loud, but yeah, I guess talking about how this project came together, like how this even happened. How would you feel about Ark making a Marvel fighting game? And just casually like, what if y'all made like a Marvel fighting game? Yeah, you're stunned. Imagine us. Look, man, I think since DBFZ, it has literally been the dream of every like fighting game player for their favorite IP to get a video game developed by Arc System Works. Every anime fan, like I've seen Marvel fans asking for it. Obviously, Guilty Gear, Blaze Blue, and those guys want sequels to their games and like new installments in the franchise and stuff. Like y'all got it, bro. Y'all got it on lock. I can't believe this.
The inspiration for working on this project really came from a place of pure fandom and wanting to say, why isn't PlayStation in this space?
So PlayStation approached us with this vision to bring Marvel back to the forefront of the tag fighting genre. And that got us really excited because we
Capcom rolling in there. I mean, honestly, I was gonna say they rolling in their grave. Capcom is doing great. Like they got some great games on the horizon, some great games that have recently released. You know what I'm saying? So the Capcom is doing fine. It's just Marvel versus Capcom. If you specifically only care about Marvel versus Capcom, then you SOL. But if you're just a Marvel fan and a fighting game fan, yo, the eats is incredible, immaculate, five-star chef material right now.
We had worked with them before on
Michelin with it.
The Marvel Spider-Man franchise with Insomniac.
When it came to approaching Marvel, you have to kind of first float the idea and let them know, hey, you know, we're thinking about approaching a company like Arc System Works to make a fighting game.
See Jacko over there.
You to do this really great collaboration. Would you be interested?
When they named the developer, that really perked up our ears. It's always refreshing to work with a team that will take on the challenge of tackling Marvel, putting their own spin on it, and then just uppercutting that challenge into the stratosphere. Yo. Get with this team. I mean,
don't be shocked if I come back with another video talking about this trailer and this game and stuff, because like I really want to dive in and like, you know, analyze it, and then also, you know, see what other people are saying and stuff like that. So don't be shocked if we cover this a couple more times.
The thing is that most fans, including myself, see this as a sacred genre for Marvel.
Facts.
The tough part is finding a partner that's crazy enough to take on the task, because you either do something like this big and bold, or you don't do it at all.
It looks so good.
On how they would approach certain.
This is the closest we're ever getting to Dragon Ball FighterZ 2. So if you were holding out hope for DBFZ 2, take it or leave it with this.
They take on a Marvel IP, and what came up was something that went beyond that.
Yo, Storm looks incredible, man.
一番最初にマーベルさんに提出した時はなんとなくマイケルさんの反応はあんまり芳しくなかった印象があって、まあ何がまずいのかなっていろいろこうやっぱり直接話していくうちにもっとアークのやりたいマーベルを見せてくれというような話をいただいたことがあって。
Facts, put that Arxis flair on it, that spin on it.
The first time I saw Iron Man was really when I felt we had something special.
Yeah, he looked like a Gundam. It looks sick. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if Iron Man, I'm not a comic reader, right? So I don't know if he's ever had a suit that looks like that, but that design is gas. Boy, I cannot wait to see more gameplay of this, more trailers, more character reveals.
And the fact that they added anime mech elements.
Oh, the content about to be crazy.
Project is from Japan to the world, and really trying to take not just the IP but gameplay mechanics.
Oh, I can't wait to get like the first event this is playable at. I'm there, bro. I'm there. First event where this is playable, I'm there. Yeah, speak on this 4-on-4. So this is just how the game is. Like, it is just 4v4.
These Marvel characters, it's not simply just the visuals, it's also the gameplay mechanics and adding in that, what is that pop? What is going to be something that's different? Up until now, you've seen tag fighters that have 2v2, 3v3. We felt like we just had to go 4v4. And in doing so, we found a lot of unique and fun ways.
Lucky Sons of Guns, I want to play!
That I think
that's the
sticks! Very excited to see.
今回4対4という革新的なところにチャレンジしている中で4キャラクター練習しないと
practice 4 characters just to win.
安心してくだ
I
さい。
mean, I would imagine.
Learning 4 characters is extremely daunting, but the team at Arc System Works has found a way to design a system that adapts to your playstyle. So you could either duke it out as just the leader and 3 assists, or you can tag in your assists to swap the leader and change the matchup on the fly.
So does that mean you're gonna have actual like playstyles you can pick from? So like, let's say in like Xrd you have like was it traditional and like stylish mode or something like that? So will there actually be like when you're on the character select screen, it's like I want to play solo, right? I just want to play with my assist, or I want to be able to like fluidly tag, or is it just like up to you to do that? Because I mean, like you can, like no one's forcing you to like swap characters, and well, actually, some games do have a forcible snap mechanic where you can force the other characters in, right? But like you can just choose to play that way. So I don't know if they mean that or what, but like you could play DBFZ or Marvel or any game where like you just don't swap characters and you just stay in that whole time if you choose to. It's not always not exactly the wisest thing to do, but you can do that.
I don't think a lot of people thought this day would be here, would come. You know, this has just been an awesome journey, and I'm excited that we get to
I didn't think I'd see the day.
Fans out there.
Marvel
Right
Arc System fighting
games, they never get to experience this level of production, and it's just a dream to even be working with these two great partners.
Yeah.
それは決してビジネスという枠組みではなくて、それぞれの強い思いの中でこのタイトルを成功させよう、いいゲームにしてファンに届けようと。
The 3 companies have come together to do this, and I think we really are going to make something magical here.
このタイトルですね、まだまだ開発途中で
Still deep in development. We'll keep announcing new characters. I can't wait. The character reveals are going to be so hype. Also content outside of just the characters.
今後いろいろ出ていくと思います。今しばらく楽しみにお待ちいただければなと思います。
I promise you we will. I promise you we will. So, Marvel Tokon Fighting Souls. Looks incredible. I can't wait. Before we wrap up this video, I also have this blog post about the game that I want to take a look at real quick. So we're going to jump over here and we're going to take a look at that and read it and see if there's any extra interesting information in here that wasn't covered in the video. So if we jump over here, boom, I guess I'll actually move back down to the bottom. Yeah, I mean, so Marvel Tokon Fighting Souls launches 2026 on PS5, Steam, and Epic. Assemble your own team of legendary Marvel characters in the ultimate 4v4 tag team fighter. PlayStation Studios, Arc System Works, and Marvel Games have joined forces to realize the latest in tag team fighters, Marvel Tokon Fighting Souls. Yeah, Marvel fans, by the way, y'all are just eating so good. Also, where's that Wolverine game at? That should be coming sometime next year or maybe the year after that, right? Like, I don't know. I thought we would see something about that at this event, but maybe at Summer Games Fest. Experience the Marvel Universe like never before with reimagined characters and stages, a heart-pounding soundtrack, intuitive gameplay mechanics. Whoops. Where was I? The intuitive gameplay mechanics and jaw-dropping visuals, I'll say, that will keep you on the edge of your seat. Whether this is your first fighting game or you are a veteran of the genre, Arc has incorporated gameplay controls and mechanics that are easy to pick up and play, yet still offer the depth and versatility for high-level competition. From the beginning, we aim to make Marvel Tokon Fighting Souls a title that can be enjoyed by a wide variety of players, explains game director and lead battle designer Kazuto Sekine. I'm hoping that this just means it's like, oh, we followed like the DBFZ formula where we have auto combos and stuff like that, and not them going down the path that these games have been going where it's like, yeah, so there's no motion input, so it requires like 8 different buttons for us to play on top of having 4v4. Because like, if you want my honest opinion, even though I tried out the 100 End Impact demo, which I might have a video for that tomorrow, it was going to be today, but then this took priority. That's cool. In 2xKO, it's like there's been a lot of discourse about like motion inputs and the lack thereof, whether they're too hard or not, and whether they should be in like, and then by trying to simplify the game, you're actually overcomplicating the game, ironically, and it's like counterproductive to the whole thought process. And anyway, I guess we'll keep reading and we'll see. Generally, a team versus fighting game requires the player to learn multiple characters, but for Marvel Tokon Fighting Souls, you only need to master one character in order to play the game. Is that because it's going to have like, so in DBFZ, right, you can play almost any character if you just know a few things. Because there's like the universal B and B, right? Y'all know, right? You've played Dragon Ball FighterZ, 2M, or 2M, 5M, jump cancel, medium, light, J2 weight. You know what I'm like? You know what I'm saying? You know the universal B and B, right? So I wonder if that's what they mean. We have designed the mechanics in such a way that you can perform a variety of actions with either traditional fighting game inputs or simple inputs. Okay, so there will be, assuming I'm interpreting this correctly, there will be like quarter circles and whatnot, maybe even half circles, who knows, but there will be motion inputs and whatnot. With the press of a few buttons, multiple characters can appear on screen to provide backup or attack together, creating a new and exciting team versus battle experience. So there might be like a stylish mode or auto combos, which I'm not opposed to. Since day one, our longtime and trusted collaborators at PlayStation and the team at Arc System Works have poured incredible amounts of talent and passion into reimagining the Marvel Universe in a way that only they can, said Michael Francisco, Senior Product Development Manager, Marvel Games. Marvel Tokon Fighting Souls demonstrates that they are absolute masters of their craft and are true Marvel fans at heart. Players are in for a wild ride. I can't wait. Characters enter the fray with iconic Marvel heroes and villains such as Captain America, Iron Man, Spider-Man, Doctor Doom, Storm, Miss Marvel, Star-Lord, and Ghost Rider, each with Arc's unique twist on their character designs and gameplay styles. Arc producer Takeshi Yamanaka states, "There are so many amazing Marvel characters that it was quite a struggle to choose our roster, but we did have some criteria for the selection process. First and foremost, we want to include characters we feel to be the face of Marvel." Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. At the same time, we also needed to select characters that would give us a balance of battle types and styles. Lastly, we wanted to sprinkle in a few surprises and leave room for characters who have never been playable in a fighting game before. Oh, that's rather interesting. So, of course, a lot of like fan favorites will be in the game. Obviously, you had to have Spider-Man, you know, you got to have some X-Men in there. I would assume characters like Wolverine are shooing to be there. We didn't see Magneto, but he's probably going to be in there. And if not base roster, definitely DLC. You know what I'm saying? But there's going to be characters that are maybe lesser known or less popular, or just that haven't had like their own movies or recently did, you know what I'm saying? And like, you know, it's gonna be some characters that we haven't seen in a fighting game before. So that's rather interesting. That's kind of hype. And yeah, Marvel has such a deep bag to pull from. There's so many characters in Marvel that you can pull, and like it's, oh man, they can get so unique with it too. And oh man, these images look great. Yamanaka-san continues, early on in the project, we experimented with a shader to recreate a more Western comic book visual style, but the Marvel team expressed a desire for us to lean into something more Arc-like, and I love it. It's such a great culmination of what Marvel is, and you sprinkle in like that anime aesthetic and like what Arc just does with their visuals, and and this is more of a sprinkle. It's more like Emerald Lagasse with a little bit, bam, bam, and some of y'all might be too young if you know IYK type beat, you feel me? It was then we switched our approach to the game's visuals and began to lean more into the Japanimation style Arc is known for. Hell yeah. Gameplay mechanics, from short-range jabs to the cinematic ultimate skills, each character features a bespoke set of normal, special, and unique attacks inspired by their abilities and powers in Marvel lore. Yeah, you have special moves, your normals, obviously, like your jabs, your punches, your kicks, 2M, 2L, all that good stuff. And then unique attacks that could be tied specifically to like your S button or your X button rather, or the A if you're on an Xbox controller. And then, you know, obviously ultimate skills. Oh man, Arc have gone to great lengths to ensure that gameplay style, movement, and feel of these legendary characters is fresh, new, and wholly unique to Marvel Tokon Fighting Souls. But it's not just the individual gameplay of the characters that has been enhanced. Significant dedication has gone into reimagining and redefining what it means to be a tag team fighter. Team versus fighting games have a long tradition of 2v2 or 3v3 team formats, so this is something we discussed in depth within the development team. We went back and forth many times, from thinking we might be better off making a 1v1 game or sticking to the established 3v3 format. Sakine-san continues, at its core, we felt that the appeal of team versus fighting games is the intensity of battles with multiple characters on screen at once. Additionally, one of the appeals of Marvel Comics is seeing the vast cast of characters coming together to create all kinds of unique team-ups. With these two ideas in mind, we concluded that creating a 4v4 team versus system would be the best way to not only create those over-the-top moments, but to further evolve the tag fighting genre. My only thing with that is, well, there's a few, like, you know, never seen like 4v4 done before, so it's like, is that gonna be too crazy? But they want it to be crazy, so cool. You know, definitely down to give it a shot. Looks insane. You're gonna have to have that roster be pretty beefy. There's been some other games lately that's supposed to be coming out that's tag fighters, and they rosters not, you know, not looking too, not, you know what I mean? So if you're gonna, it's like 2v2 already, 3v3, it's like, well, you better have a lot of characters, especially because people care a lot about character variety. With 4v4, you gotta have like bare minimum like 30 to 40 characters like at launch, I feel like, you know what I mean? And obviously we have so little information about this. There's so much yet to be like announced and explored and discovered and learned about this game, but like people care a lot about rosters, but especially in a tag fighter, like you're gonna need some diversity and some versatility and variety and whatnot. So, but it's Marvel, they got a million characters to pull from, so you know what I mean? I trust they gonna get right with the get right. Stages. The stages come to life in Marvel Tokon Fighting Souls, filled with Easter eggs for eagle-eyed fans to find. Most stages also feature multiple areas. These transitions between areas are not just action-packed and stunning to witness, but they also play a strategic role. Check out the screenshots from Marvel's New York City to see what you can find. And then there's more to come. Today's announcement is just the beginning of our journey. From characters and stages to gameplay modes. Gameplay modes, plural. Okay. In the online experience, it's gonna be, you know what I'm saying, typical fighting game that we expect at this point. You know, you better have player lobbies, better be able to spectate. Hopefully it's a robust ranked system, rollback netcode. That should be a given at this point, you know what I mean? I have faith that y'all gonna do right, and I can't wait to hear more about this game. Marvel Tokon Fighting Souls. Wow, this is officially the game that I'm the most excited for. I'm looking forward to the most, probably more than anything else right now up until 2027. Like, they got me, man. They got me. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Hit this video with a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you haven't already so you can stay tuned for all awesome content that I'm bringing you. With all that being said, that's pretty much all I have today. Remember, nothing could happen until you swing the bat. Later.